Imagine your city loses power for a month after an accident. Your freezer holds 100 kilograms of meat. It will not spoil at once, but as it thaws, you soon have more than you can eat. Now multiply that pile by 40. How could you keep it from spoiling? These were not mammoths, and this was not Africa. About 125,000 years ago, huge straight-tusked elephants lived in what is now central Germany. Neumark-Nord was a warm place with lakes, open ground, and woods. At Neumark-Nord, researchers estimated that one adult male elephant could provide more than 4,000 kilograms of meat. Even at 4,000 calories a day, that was over 2,500 days of food for one adult, and this male was not even one of the very largest. The hunt solved one problem and started a countdown. Before we follow the meat, we need to know whether Neanderthals could kill an elephant at all. The best clue comes from Lehringen, a separate place and a different elephant from Neumark-Nord. There, people found a wooden spear with the bones of another giant elephant. It was longer than most people are tall and made for use at close range. That sounds like a picture of the kill: elephant, spear, hunter. But the evidence is not that simple. The site was dug up in 1948, and there is no good record of exactly where the spear lay. No clear spear wound survives. The cuts show that people opened the body after death, but not who killed it. A newer study found tooth marks from predators, but it also found a cut inside a rib, probably made while people were taking out the organs. Humans reached the body while it was still fresh. The elephant was an adult in the middle of its life, which makes an ordinary natural death less likely. A fresh body, heavy cutting, an adult in the middle of its life, and what researchers think was a close-range spear all point the same way. Researchers call this the strongest known case of Neanderthals hunting an elephant with this kind of weapon. We cannot replay the strike, but a hunt is the best fit for the evidence. The spear may explain one kill. It cannot explain what happened to all that meat. Return to the elephant at Neumark-Nord and its 2,500 days of food. Now imagine 25 adults sharing it. Each person would have 100 days of food. We do not know the real group size. The math only shows the problem. The body would not stay fresh that long. The people there did not take a few easy pieces and leave. They removed large muscles, opened the body, and cut the feet apart, perhaps to reach thick pads of fat. Predators left little damage, and sometimes arrived only after people had taken meat. Researchers gave another rough example. Even 25 people might need 3 to 5 days to cut up the elephant and perhaps dry or smoke some meat. That is only an example, not a record of what happened. It does not prove the group size or how they kept the meat. One lucky find could create this problem once. At Neumark-Nord, the same problem returned again and again. Researchers studied bones and teeth from at least 57 elephants. These were not 57 complete bodies or 57 proven kills, but the same heavy cutting appears in layers built up over more than 2,000 years. That does not mean one group lived there for 2,000 years. It means different generations returned to the same area and did the same difficult kind of work. Age and sex gave another clue, although scientists could read them for only some of the animals. One body might be luck. A pattern across many bodies is different. So why might people have chosen adult males? The answer may begin with what was not standing around him. Nearly every elephant whose age could be read was older than 25. Scientists could tell the sex of fewer than half, but adult males were unusually common. The researchers think people chose their targets rather than cutting up whatever they found. The male elephant used for the food estimate was called E9 and weighed about 10,000 kilograms. The largest fully grown males may have reached 13,000 kilograms, but the food estimate came from the smaller E9. Today, female elephants and their young often move in close groups. Adult males are more likely to travel alone or with a few other males. Ancient elephants may not have behaved in exactly the same way, but if they did, a grown male offered a huge amount of food in one body without a family group around it. Alone did not mean weak. The elephant was still enormous, fast, and dangerous. The possible advantage was facing one dangerous animal without a herd around it. If the elephant was alone, that may have reduced one problem. Hunters still had to find it. The land may have helped. An elephant tooth grows in layers. Ground and water leave chemical signs in those layers, like a rough record of where the animal spent time. Scientists tested only 4 teeth. 2 males carried signs that did not match the usual pattern around the lake. But several places could leave the same signs, including places nearby. The test cannot prove a long trip or reveal a route, a chase, or an ambush. It tells us something smaller. Some elephants may have spent time on different ground. That does not prove hunters knew where the animals would go, and the lake was not a proven trap. But a familiar place visited by animals could make meetings less random. The lake may have helped people find an elephant. It could not keep the meat fresh after the animal died. To move any of the elephant, people first had to cut the body into pieces they could carry. After that, only a few broad answers were possible. More people could come and eat the food. Some of the meat could be carried away. Some could perhaps be dried or smoked so it lasted longer. These answers could be used together. But the evidence does not tell us which ones people chose. We have no list of who came, no storehouse filled with elephant meat, and no recipe. During the power cut, you would face the same choices. Find more people, move the meat, or make it last longer. All three need planning, hands, and time. A spear could help bring down an elephant. It could not divide the food, carry it, or stop it from spoiling. Most of that work leaves weak traces. But these are not random guesses. Records of real elephant hunts show how the answers can work together. During fieldwork in the Congo Basin in the 1970s and 1980s, researcher Mitsuo Ichikawa recorded a successful hunt by Mbuti forest hunters. When the elephant died, the hunters went back to camp. Then the whole group moved to the body. People cut and divided the meat at the kill site. They took more than 500 kilograms. About 40 people ate elephant meat for a week. At least some of it was boiled and partly dried. Some was carried to a village and exchanged for other food. Other records from African elephant hunts describe meat being dried or smoked. This does not show what Neanderthals did. The hunt happened in another place, with different tools and trade links. But it shows how the pieces can work together. People moved to the body, they ate a large share quickly, they divided the rest. Some was dried, some was carried away. At Neumark-Nord, drying and smoking remain possibilities, not methods the bones prove. Drying removes water from meat, so it spoils more slowly. Smoke can help it last longer too. Neither method makes food last forever. It buys time. Now the question is smaller. Could Neanderthals move heavy animal parts and keep working on them somewhere else? At another part of the lake, the answer is much easier to see. At a separate spot, researchers found selected bones from at least 172 large animals. Most came from horses, deer, and large cattle-like animals. Only 2 were elephants. People carried selected body parts into one area. Many bones were broken into small pieces. Researchers think people were trying to reach marrow and fat trapped inside the bones, though the exact method is unknown. We do not know how long that work lasted. There is no direct proof that the bones were boiled, and the site does not show that E9's meat was stored there. It shows something smaller but important. These people could choose heavy animal parts, move them to one place, and keep working for food that was hard to reach. This does not tell us what happened to E9's meat. It shows that the spear was only one part of a much larger job. A month without power makes the hidden job of your freezer easy to see. It did not find the food, it quietly bought you time. When it stops, everything around it matters. Where the meat can go, how many people can use it, and whether you can make it last. The ancient evidence gives us the opposite problem. A spear and some bones survived. The plan, most of the food, and nearly all the daily work disappeared. At Lehringen, one spear brings us close to one likely hunt. At Neumark-Nord, many heavily cut bodies show people facing the problem across many generations. The exact answer is gone, but the question is no longer empty. More people could eat and share the meat immediately. Pieces could be carried away. Drying or smoking could buy time. Neanderthals may have combined all three. We still do not know how much meat they saved, how many people came, or how far they carried it. But real elephant hunts show that this chain can work, and the ancient bones show the kind of planning and heavy work it required. The spear is easy to see. The system around it is not. The kill was only step one.